Today we're at the Reserve, the new Edina location in Pentagon Village. This is the fourth Reserve facility that we've set up in a 5-year relationship, and we're going to go inside and find out about how occupancy has changed. So Mary, we are hearing from a lot of our customers that the way that they're thinking about occupancy of their buildings is really changing. And I thought, since you're the manager of this co-working company, that you might have access to a lot of variety of people and some thoughts on what you're observing with occupancy. So what have you noticed?
Yeah, that's a great question, Bob. Really, at the Reserve here, we accommodate a lot of different types of businesses. And what we're really seeing now is that so many companies are looking to reduce their overall footprint that they have by almost 40%, from their headquarter locations. And I think it's really being driven by what's happening now and will continue to happen as we enter sort of the post-vaccine world, where it'll be really an age of employee empowerment, because companies are trying to understand really what is important to their employees now that everyone's shifted to work from home, and now how do we start to bring them back into the workspace, given that 54% of all employees have said that they really want to work at least one day a week from home. So what does that look like now in their new office space, and what type of work are being done in the office spaces? What we're seeing is that people have really changed where they work based on the type of work that they're doing. So if you and I just needed to have a meeting, we're probably going to do that from home and do that over Zoom. Yeah. But as soon as you and I need to really collaborate, we need to dig down, that we want to be able to be together safely in the same space. And before, when people would want to have large suites and put a lot of people into the office suites that they had, now again, what you and I are looking for is smaller private spaces where we can feel comfortable and confident, and we can still actually be able to get our work done for someplace that's better than home. Okay,
so now you've got some space here. Can you give us an example of like what we're seeing in the background here? What are the kinds of tasks that people are doing in this co-working area?
Great. So open space. So my typical client now in open space is someone that said, I can't take it one more day working at home. I have kids, I have dogs, I have poor Wi-Fi. I really need something that is far more productive. And I want to be able to be surrounded by other like-minded people who are also working. I don't need a social environment. I really just need somewhere I can touch down, that again is safe and secure, somewhere that has blazing fast Wi-Fi that's predictable, and I can get to work. And so the type of clients now that are coming in to use our open space are just that. It's because at home isn't working anymore for them.
Okay. Now, in this building, you have examples of 3 different kinds of spaces you were telling me about.
Yep.
So we're going to go take a look at the other 2 types that are available.
Sounds great.
So Mary, this is an example of the large format office. What kinds of things go on in a room like this?
So in an office space like this, you can see they have it set up so that there's both an individual workspace. So if I'm here by myself, I can do that. But then I also have collaboration opportunities. So if I have clients that come in or additional team members, now we have the opportunity to meet together in our space. We have technology on the wall to aid us if we need that. And we're seeing a lot more requests for space like this. As clients are reducing some of their footprints elsewhere, they still want a flexible space where they can accommodate more than one person, but they can kind of use the space in a just-in-time sort of format.
All right, so we're in the small format office. What kind of client comes to an office like this?
Sure. In our small format offices, what we're seeing a lot of is individuals who work for large corporations, but because of the pandemic, those office buildings aren't open, or they don't feel comfortable going back downtown, getting into elevators, working in parking ramps and things like that. But they still need somewhere that's a productive place to work with great, fast, reliable Wi-Fi, and that's private to them, so they feel safe and secure in an office space. So that now is the type of client we have moving into these spaces, and we're willing to do short-term, 3-month, month-to-month, types of licenses with them, because we realize this is a difficult time and no one quite knows exactly what the future will hold.
Are you finding that your customers need that kind of flexibility in terms of their lease options?
They absolutely do, because they haven't always heard when their companies may be coming back online and headquarters will be opening at their full capacities again. So just giving them that option, and being that the offices are fully furnished, it's pretty turnkey for them to be able to move in. They don't need to worry about a whole office setup, and then once their headquarters does open up, they can return there if that's their choice, or can stay here with us.
Yeah, this sounds like the perfect blend of options and flexibility.
It is, it really is.